brace yourself. In this video, we're going to talk about Hardrace. So, in this video, I want to talk about one of the underappreciated mods that I did to my car last year for the 2022 season, and that was a brake master cylinder brace. This I sourced from Hardrace Canada, and it made a world of a difference. And today in this video, I have another one here, and I just kind of want to review it and talk about the quality of the part and how it helped me so much. Alright, so I figured that we would start off with a bit of like an unboxing. We'll open it up, see what actually comes in this kit, and we'll go through a little quick installation that I did and see how easy it is to do. This installation, I would estimate underneath an hour. It shouldn't really take much longer than that. It all does depend on your intake setup. If you have a QED intake system, very simple. All you have to really do is pull the battery and you're at it. Some of the other intake systems that run to the back of like where the stock intake system is, you're looking at removing that whole box to get access to this, just to make it a little bit easier for the install. You might be able to get away without it, but I wouldn't recommend it. So let's see what's in the box. Alright, first off, a very simple box, but it does tell you the part number, everything you need to know on there, what it is, master cylinder stopper, and yeah, pretty cool. Let's take a look inside of it. Right, so right off the bat, there are instructions in here. They are pretty helpful. It helps you organize the actual stopper mechanism and lets you know where the bolts are going. It's pretty straightforward. Once you can know where this is supposed to go on the car, it is extremely straightforward. To be honest with you, I looked at this once, got what I needed from it, and went on with the install. But it's good to keep handy. It's definitely good to keep handy. You get a nice Hardrace sticker. You'll be seeing plenty of these on the car this year. And we'll get into the actual hardware now. So you do get 2 bags of assortment of bolts and stoppers. I think it depends on the chassis if it's a coupe or sedan. I'm not too sure why there's 2. I found that only 1 worked, but there are screws that you need and bolts in the other bag. So you still do need both kits. I'm not sure why they didn't just put it together, but I'm sure it's something like that. Coupes or sedans are maybe a little bit different for spacing. So these 2, all you really need. And then the actual brace itself. It comes bubble wrapped just to kind of protect the finish on it. And the finish is something I really want to talk about. Okay, so right off the bat, I don't know if you guys can see that color there. This is a powder coated finish, and it is an amazing blue, and it has a ton of metal sparkle in it. A lot of metal flake. Color really pops. The clear coat looks amazing on this. The welds look nice and strong. Full welds all the way through. So solid quality for this. And this is just a small piece for the brake brace. But basically this mounts right onto the chassis. Basically it has the hole here, right here. And this is where the actual stopper is going to go through and put pressure on the master cylinder, kind of causing it so that the master cylinder doesn't flex under braking pressure. So that's the whole point. And yeah, this looks phenomenal. So we have a bit of a video just kind of going through a example of a install. So this is on my car. This actual setup is for all 9th gen Civics, so 2012 to 2015 Civics, SIs, EXs, whatever it may be. And yeah, so we'll kind of take a look at that and just show you how easy it is to get it done.
Alright, so we're going to start off by taking a look at how much flex this firewall has stock. And you can see here, it's a pretty decent amount of flex from the firewall. And this is just kind of using, like, normal pressure like street driving type of pressure. The car's not on obviously at this point, so it has quite a bit of flex given the circumstances there. And I just want to do a little video just kind of highlighting the reason why this brace is so important and how it helps me on the track. So we're heading here into turn 1 at TMP, and this is a very important turn because I actually rotate the car with the brake pedal, which isn't normally too difficult, but I'm also just doing my best to stay out of ABS too much. So we're going to slow it down here a little bit, and I just kind of want to show you exactly how I'm going to the brake here, and you'll see the releasement point right here. And yeah, it's I'm basically feeling that releasement point through the pedal. I can feel a little bit of brake intervention, and just kind of feeling the car rotate. I know exactly when to get off the brake and get back on the throttle. So without that refined feel through the brake pedal, I'm not really able to do that with as much confidence. Alright, so let's start off with the install. First, pretty simple, we're going to take out these 3 bolts here. They hold up the clutch reservoir line and the brake reservoir bottle. Alright, and with all 3 bolts out, do take note of the slotted hole on the bottom of the brake reservoir bottle, because that's important. Alright, so now moving up to the top, we're going to take the bolt out that holds the reservoir to the ECU bracket, and basically that will make it so that the reservoir is free. So we moved it off to the side here. Because of Canada, I sprayed down here with a cavity wax just to prevent any corrosion building up between the 2 mating surfaces. And now the brace is basically on. First, what I did, I put the lower bolt here on, and I kind of put that on a couple of threads, maybe 3 or 4 turns, and I came up to the top here and I tightened the bolt down for the clutch reservoir line. I put it on opposite. I put it against the car the first time, took it off and flipped it around. So that's the correct way to install, is to have the bracket on top of the brace. Okay, and we're basically done with the brace now. So we're going to tighten down that 1 bolt that we had semi-loose before, and then we're going to tighten the other one down that holds the reservoir in place, and then that will be it for down there. We're going to come up to the top here, and then we're going to put the bolt back in for the ECU bracket to the reservoir housing, and that's going to be the brace installed. So this is kind of how it's going to sit, how it's going to look. Can't get over that color. Next, we're just going to talk about how to install the stopper, because like I said, there's 2 different types.
Okay, and that's basically the brace install. So now all we have to do is the stopper. So just one little thing I just want to show here. It's a little bit easier to kind of visualize. So you're going to have this slot here where the actual stopper is going to go through. And like I said, there's 2 different configurations that came in this box. So I'm guessing, again, it might be a difference between a coupe or a sedan. Not too sure, but basically going through the install, you'll find out that either this big piece here doesn't actually fit. So you just go with the regular stopper with the 2 nuts on there. But I just wanted to show you how this kind of works here. So the way this works is actually you're going to grab the stopper first, and this is what's going to put the pressure on the master cylinder. We're going to put the nut on, and as you'll see, I'm actually putting the face of the nut facing away from the stopper. And the reason that is that now we have our adjuster here. So the adjuster is going to spin onto here. And basically this is what's going to give us our adjustment here. So what's going to happen is that as this applies pressure to the master cylinder, this will stop moving, and you can actually use this to rotate it and apply a little bit more pressure, a little bit more tension onto there. And you're going to have that pressed up right against the brake brace right here. And then you just have the bolt that comes through here. And then that's basically it. So you ended up with this, where you have the bolt on this side, we can tighten that down. That's going to sit up against the brace. Then you're going to have your adjuster here, the nut here that locks this down, and this stopper is going to be pressed right against the brake brace right there. And yeah, that's basically how that works. And then for the other setup is a lot more simple. Put these all down, and basically same thing. You're going to put this nut on here with the face going away from the actual stopper. And simple as that, you're gonna put this through here, and then you're gonna lock it down. So this is a lot more of a traditional kind of stopper setup. Very simple, very easy. Premises kind of basic, but it gets the job done. And yeah, I think the only reason why that one is there is because that is a little bit longer. Having a stopper that long probably would flex a little bit under braking, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of the brace. So yeah, just decide or figure out which one's going to work for you best. If this isn't reaching, basically, if you try this first, it's not reaching, go to this setup. Only thing I would recommend with this setup here is to run the bolts through here first, just because there is a bit of paint that is inside the actual adjuster. So run a bolt through there to make sure it's nice and easy to adjust inside the car. So back to the install.
Okay, so back at it. So you can see I have installed the longer stopper for my car, and it's fairly easy. Like I said, I kind of put it together outside the car, and I just hand tighten the bolt on the back. And now basically what I'm going to do is just kind of turn this adjuster. I think I was turning this counterclockwise. Either way, you'll see which way it expands. And you're just going to do that until it starts putting some pressure on the cylinder. So I grabbed a set of my vice grips just to help with the rotation. And basically the reason why I did this is that once it started making contact with the cylinder, I noticed the whole assembly was actually rotating. So I just wanted to create a little bit more tension, so I grabbed the vice grips to help. And that's basically it. Now you can see this is how it looks after everything is said and done. A decent amount of pressure, but obviously not too much. And here you can actually see the flex, and let's compare it to the old versus the new. And that's a crazy amount of a difference. And I can tell you, obviously, it feels much better.
Okay, and that's it. That's a pretty straightforward install. Again, should take you no longer than an hour, maybe less. If you have a complicated system, maybe more, but either way, very worth it. What this gives me is the ability to really dial in my braking, going into heavy braking zones on the track. So I can actually feel the brake pads through the pedal now. So there's a lot of feedback that comes back now. That's kind of lost with the Firewall Flex. As you saw there, the before and after, it's pretty dramatic. There's like an inch of flex stock, which is almost unreal for a modern chassis, you would think, but that's what they come with, and this really does solve that. So really impressed, really happy with this product. Hardrace again knocked it out of the park with the quality on this. Not only that, they also have been kind enough to sponsor this video, so really do want to thank them for the support. And also they have sponsored me for the 2023 season. So I'm super grateful for that, super thankful for that. Obviously you can tell their products are very high quality, and I'm super happy to have them on the car and to do some work with that. Speaking of which, there is more. So, I have been busy over the winter, and I have been working with Hardrace and Stage 4 Motorsports to kind of go through the whole catalog for my car from Hardrace. And yeah, this is what we kind of come up with. Okay, so as you can see, I am stoked. There's a lot of work that's gone on to this car over the winter from Hardrace. So again, really thankful. In total, there are 5 braces on this car alone just from Hardrace. 2 other ones, I'll tell you about those later. But 5 braces on this car from Hardrace alone. So that's pretty significant. And those lower control arms look phenomenal. Driving impressions on that will be coming very, very soon. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching the video. If you're interested in some of the products that we have shown on this video, definitely check the link below. It goes to stage4motorsports.com, and you can use our promo code grassrootscience in there and get additional 5% off your checkout. Alright, and if you like this video, definitely do subscribe and like the video. It means a lot to me, and hit the notification bell because the next video is going to be my driving impression with all the engine mods, with all the chassis mods that we've done, and a few other things that we're going to talk about. But the next video is going to be a doozy, so don't miss it.